And we're back!
And we're
Give it
back.
up, boop bop bitty bop bow.
We got a little time to play this because we have friends and it's the Christmas season. It's actually right before New Year's, but it's still the Christmas season.
Christmas season.
Tired of hearing Mariah Carey on the radio for the 10th time. Tired of driving around since 7:30 in the morning for God knows how long because Will's the only one who managed to put chains on his tires and he was too hungover to drive.
Hey, pull over.
What? Why?
Why do you think? Gotta piss.
Can't you hold it?
It's not a big deal, Sam. People piss beside the road all the time.
No, they don't, and that's not the point.
Oh, give me a goddamn break. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Christ. I rolled to a stop where there's plenty of trees and a safe enough place to pull over.
Won't be long.
And this, the first time I saw this, broke me for like a good 10 minutes. It broke you too, right, Matt?
Yeah, it did. I could not stop laughing.
Definitely broke me because I was like, that's an unusual sight.
It was just so weird to see a mask on the characters. It's like, it made the fact that the pandemic was a thing, like, hit so much harder in my head.
If you get caught, I don't know you.
Calm down.
He walks off into the bushes. I feel like my headache is almost gone until she's back again on the station for the 11th time. I swear. Oh boy. I've moved my hand over to change the car radio.
Hands off the radio.
Will slaps my hand away. Why?
My truck, my rules.
You're not even driving. And there are other Christmas songs.
If you're dragging my ass to the strip mall, we're gonna have a holly jolly Christmas.
Oh Lord.
That song hasn't even played.
It's the best time of the year.
It's been Mariah Carey and Jingle Bell Rock on loop. I swear to God, if I hear her voice one more time, I'm driving off the first bridge we see.
All she wants for Christmas is you, Sam.
I will kill you. No one will find
Luke.
the body.
Might come in handy for later.
Oh my God.
I'll put it on the Fitbit.
The first time around, I had to do the math and realize that, yeah, no, Will's in his late 30s. Of course he'd have a fucking Fitbit.
Why do you have a Fitbit? You don't tend to forget things.
Well, I have one, so I'll use it.
You have a smartphone, like a normal person.
Fuck smartphones.
Oh my God. Most people use smartphones.
Just like in get calls, they never answer because half the time it's a goddamn telemarketer.
Calling to
You
call
can
about your car's
send text
experience.
messages, Will.
I could do that on a computer.
Dear God. Why do I hang out with you? No, you can't.
Why the hell would I want to talk to somebody when there's some things I have to do?
Maybe just in case there's an emergency.
The Fitbit alerts me when I got a text.
So just check your smartphone.
Exactly.
So wait, hold on a minute. Hold on. You like a Fitbit because you will receive a text but not have to respond.
Exactly.
Why don't you just read it on your phone and then just not respond?
Because
I have a bit.
then it leaves a message saying that I left them on red, and I don't want to be rude like that. I'd rather
But
just
you can-
know I left them on red without telling them I left them on red.
But you can turn that off.
Why do you think I have an Apple Watch?
I bite my lip as we pass over a bridge. Oh, great, it would be so nice to just write off this. Nikolai is shuffling around outside, waiting with his hands in his pockets. I roll down the window as the trucks roll up to him.
Samuel!
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Nope.
Morgan's gonna be Nick this time.
Have fun with that.
Samuel! You were driving Bill's truck today?
Unfortunately.
Well, the timing is good. Our heater is broken again.
Didn't they just fix it?
They said that this winter is unusually cold. They don't know cold. Haven't had to use them for 50 years.
Christ. Those aren't even the cheapest apartments in Peyton. Maybe you'd ought to think about moving.
It is fine. Most of the year.
Is Yao okay with it?
He is spending the holiday with Chen, so I cannot tell you. At this point, I should try to fix them myself.
Are you certified to do that?
My apartment is cold, Samuel.
Well, hop in. It's freezing.
Oh, this? It is barely a dusting. At least the sun is out. Real cold is in the dark. Without a heater.
We get it. You can stay the night.
And on Christmas Eve? This warms my heart. Unlike my heater.
Don't forget your mask.
Oh, of course.
Let me just draw that on really quick. I used to think Wheel's truck was too big. But now I'm watching Nick squeeze into the back. And I'm starting to wonder if it's going to have enough space. Are Cliff and Murdoch even going to be able to fit?
We'll put Murdoch on the roof.
Hey,
Next stop is the Barnes house.
Burns, but yeah, it's fine.
We pass a yard with a freshly built igloo and a display with a two-headed snowman, and we see Murdoch and Cliff walk up to the truck. But there's something different about Cliff. New glasses? Y'all look like you've been busy.
never snowed this much before, so I wanted to make an igloo while we waited for you.
I thought it would be cold inside, but it was surprisingly warm.
And that's because the snow is full of air pockets, which act as a great insulator. Cold, dense air falls to the bottom of the igloo and warm air rises, which is why the terrace spaces are nice and comfy.
Oh, Murdoch. I always love how you always find a way to teach me something new.
Aww. I love you too.
Okay. We have places to go, people to be. Let's get on it.
Right.
Get in the truck.
Sorry.
You should be.
Fuck off.
The two.
I hate that when people are like, you should be. I'm like, well then fuck you!
Andrew does that like every fucking day, though.
I'm sorry. Okay. Yep. It's all good. It's all good. Oh. The two of them squeeze into the pack, packing themselves against Nick.
Nick in the packy back.
Pick a bee.
but William looks very confused.
Wait. Why is he white?
Oh my god, you can't just ask people why they're white, William.
That's so, like, not cool.
They, please, Mr. Adler.
William, you can't just ask people why they're white.
The hell are you talking about? It's a pretty ordinary question.
Are you,
If I had to take a guess, it sounds as though Mr. Adler has not seen Mean Girls?
what? There's no possible way that's true. Oh, okay.
It's okay.
She just went. Everyone has seen Mean Girls.
The fuck's Mean Girls?
With all due respect, Mr. Adler, this is too shocking to hear.
Is it?
Yes. Because everybody has seen Mean Girls.
Well, not me.
William. It has Lindsay Lohan in it.
I don't know who Lindsay Lohan is.
No. You know who Lindsay Lohan is.
You'd know her if you saw her.
I'm sorry I'm not a teenage girl.
That's no excuse. Lindsay Lohan is 35. And when I saw that yesterday, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, that was Tuesday that we saw that, but yeah.
I actually, like, died inside.
I'm
Also,
so
Megan
sad.
Fox is the same age as Lindsay Lohan. I learned that out because I googled to see if that was actually true.
It's... Oh, God.
Oh my
Most
gosh.
Right? Most of the teenage girls who knew her are your age now. She just got into trouble this year for trying to sell NFTs, which I learned so that it was true.
See, I learned about. This is how I learned about current political drama. Isn't
not even
in like
political
real
drama, it's
world
just
news. Isn't through
celebrity drama.
actually finding it out. It's by playing furry visual novels.
There you
Not
go.
just furry visual novels, but furry visual novel AUs.
Yeah.
Like you gotta add in all of the context.
It was all over Twitter.
Fuck Twitter.
Thank God.
You're online way too much.
No, this isn't about me. I bet even Sam knows about Mean Girls. Don't you, Sam?
Nope. I have never once seen Mean Girls. Of course I have.
See? Everybody but you knows Mean Girls. We're going to have to make you watch it on a date night at some point, I suppose.
Gotta answer the original question. Why is he... Or are they... white now?
Well, it's a bit embarrassing to be put on the spot. But I assure you, this is all natural. I didn't expect your country's climate to get cold enough for this to happen, but my winter coat rolled in last week. If it were a dye job, I would have tried to make it a bit more exciting. But these days, I think white fur is very pog.
God. Sorry, I think I died for a second. They're staring at me, and I fight the impulse to stare us off a road into the water. Sometimes,
The hell's
just...
a pog?
You'll keep driving.
Hey, look, a bridge. We've got a long drive ahead of us. I hate driving. I feel like I'm slowly losing my mind.
I'm not gonna lie, I empathize with Sam a lot on that.
What?
Oh, I love driving.
For me,
I
in real
just hate
life,
driving people.
in real life, I don't like driving long distances.
Mm-hmm.
Especially long distances where there's like a lot of traffic. The second there's a lot of
Yeah.
traffic, then I'm like, this fucking sucks. But if it's like an empty road, hell yeah, I'll drive.
Yeah. That's why Morgan has her significant other driver everywhere.
I can put on a podcast. I can listen to something, relax by myself. But then you add other people and it's just a mess.
Oh yeah, I was listening to The Adventure Zone when I was driving to my grandparents recently.
Oh, I love listening to them.
Zone.
I still love the oh god, I think it was Travis was playing with Chilled Chaos, and he's like, "Can we play seriously, guys?" And everyone's like, because they were trolling and being, goofy, and Travis was wanting a serious game.
What was I? I've been watching, I've been listening to Critical Role.
Oh. I've
That
been
has been
trying
the
to
thing
get
I've been
into
doing.
that.
It is easier to get into when you can put it on in the background.
Okay, that definitely will help me with that, because I've been trying to do I should really focus on it, because it actually has video, but if you're saying it's best in the background, then fuck yeah, I'll just do that.
Yeah, it is best in the background. Critical Role is great. Critical Role is, it's very good if you want to see an experienced GM be a good storyteller,
Mm-hmm.
It's just all around, I have been satisfied with both Season 1 and Season 2. Or not Season 1, Season 2, Campaign 1 and Campaign 2.
Yeah. I've heard good things about them.
Campaign 3 has been hard for me to get into, but that's because it's new.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it was for Campaign 2 as well. It was difficult for me to get into it, but you fall in love with the characters and then you just want to find it out.
Yeah, it just takes a bit, because I think that's also the issue that the Adventure Zone was having, was when you're doing a second campaign, you hear the same person's voice, even if they're doing a new character voice, and you're just like, oh, well, I keep expecting them to be the character that they had the first time.
The thing that is very good about that is Matthew Mercer is a voice actor.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
A lot
I
of them
know.
are voice actors for
So I
Critical
kept
Role.
saying Matt Mercer because
yes.
I love Levi.
They
I love Levi.
are all voice actors, yes, but they all have a great wide range of voices they can do.
Awesome.
So every character does actually feel unique when they play them.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and get into them again. I think I watched 20 minutes of the first episode, and then I immediately got distracted by something else. Not saying anything wrong with the show, just it's for me.
Campaign 1 takes place they're already level 8 because they were playing it a lot on their own before Geek and Sundry picked them up.
Ah.
And it wasn't until Campaign 1 is what made them popular, but they didn't start it from the very beginning. Campaign 2 is the one where they start from level 1 all the way up.
Oh, okay. You were saying something, Sam?
That's why I was that's why I kept saying Matt Mercer, because I know him as a voice actor, and I love Matt Mercer. Who else voice did he do that? I can't remember. Me and
McCree.
Dak were watching something. No, I'm not going. I know that's Overwatch. It's not what I'm talking about.
I like the idea, though, that from now on, if you just don't know a voice, you just say Matt Mercer voiced them.
Matt Mercer!
Who voiced Nami? Matt Mercer.
I actually don't know who voices Nami.
What was Matt Mercer?
Matt Mercer did a great female voice.
Alright. Back to the game, though.
Alright, what does everybody need? I want to get back to Will's house before dark.
Did Will get a tree?
Yes, I got the damn tree.
Well, I just wanted to make sure this year.
Okay.
Does it have lights on it?
Of course not. Wait. Damn it, I did forget something.
How could you forget the lights on the tree?
Oh, I didn't. But that tree is definitely incomplete. Drop me off at the Home Depot when we get to it.
I have some surprises to pick up as well.
Where to?
I said surprise you, rogue.
The Yale. Okay, I'm pushing you out of the car. I can't stop in the middle of a parking lot. Where am I taking you?
Oh, terribly sorry. The bookstore will suffice.
Don't worry, Cliff. Sam's just a cranky driver.
I'm not cranky. I'm tired of dealing with you all, and I don't want to crash.
All I want for Christmas is you.
Alright, we're crashing.
No,
I said all she want.
you are
Good
cranky.
for you, Sam.
Those are the words spoken by Road Rage. But, since you are asking, you can drop me off at the Happy Cook. I need an offset spatula.
I don't even know what that is.
It is very important to me.
I eye him in the car mirror.
The fox, which is a different person.
Sorry, yep. What about you?
Oh, I already did all of my Christmas shopping.
Then why are you here?
You watch you all panic.
Reminder, I'm at the wheel. If you want to see panic, I'll show you panic.
Jesus Christ, no. I just wanted to get out of the house for a bit. Shopping is fun.
Not when it's Christmas Eve and you're driving it. Okay, deep breaths. We can live. Before I drop everybody off, we agree to meet back at a coffee shop at the strip mall. We arrive, I can hear the voice of Mariah Carey pulls me into the bosom of her airtight red leotard as I wad into line again, order a cappuccino, then slip into the corner booth.
I won't even wish for snow.
Man, this song just gives me an itch in the back of my throat.
Oh, Morgan, your favorite character is here.
It's crowded, but at least it's nice and warm here. I can finally take off this coat. I feel like I'm skinning myself, peeling it off my body. Not that the itchy sweater underneath is any better. I'm almost jealous of that lynx I see walking around outside. If I had a thicker coat of fur like that, I bet I could probably settle for wearing a t-shirt during Christmas too. I scratch at my chest, grabbing one of the napkins on the table and messing around with it, turning it over in my hand. Cliff showed me how to fold these once at Will's birthday party, but I forgot. I think I kept ripping them by accident with my claws. Murdoch had to go out and get new ones at the store. I catch myself smiling just as Mariah Carey hits me with one last high note and snaps me back to reality.
You.
Someone calls out, barely audible over the music.
So this will be your character, Morgan.
Samuel S., your cappuccino is ready.
Ah, my coffee. I rush to the black cat behind the counter, who's holding up a coffee with an increasingly frustrated look on her face. Thanks, and, it's Samuel Ayers. I can see her name on her name tag. The cat tilts her head.
I'm paid $7.25 an hour. To be honest, I don't care. Unless you give me a big tip.
Right, sorry.
Something on the tip of my tongue, and
She
I
tilts her
decided
head and
not
smiles.
to say it.
I walk away and I'm not giving her a tip.
But Merry Christmas, sir.
There's still barely contained rage in her voice.
You?
I take the coffee back to the booth where I drink it in silence. I can feel her eyes drilling into me for the entirety of Jingle Bell Rock. She's still not getting that tip.
And that's when I found my tires were slashed.
Who keyed my car? Oh, wait a minute. They keyed Will's car. I don't care. Wow, this is an absolute win. Now I don't have to drive. 3 hours pass before I see everybody again, and we finally go back to Will's house. The ride back is just as testy.
Eh.
I told you, don't give the Salvation Army ringers any attention.
I just like their tubas.
Well, yeah, that's how those fuckers get you.
But their music was rather jolly. You don't usually see live performances outside shops so often.
I like their one song if they weren't listed on every non-profit watch list as a hate group.
Exactly.
They turn folks away from the shelters if they find out they're trans or gay.
They ask him at the doors on freezing nights.
I was not thinking about their organization. I was thinking about tubas.
Wonder how well they toot with my foot up their ass.
As horrible as they are, you shouldn't make a scene with the Salvation Army people. They're well connected to the local businesses.
Just put used gum in the donation kettle like an ordinary person.
If you want to hear real music, you should have come to the bookstore with me. Hatsune Miku herself gave the best performance for The Color of Drops I had ever seen from her.
I've never heard of a concert happening in a bookstore.
It's a hobby shop too. I buy my figurines there. As a Vocaloid performer, Hatsune Miku can be projected from her live audience into the store and perform across many nations and stages at once.
Oh. So she's one of those Japanese cartoons.
Jesus, William.
No. As I stated before, she is a Vocaloid performer with a voice bank reconstructed by performer Saki Fujita. Performances had to be carefully designed and choreographed.
But she's not a real person. Is she?
The question hangs in the air for a bit, and I question if William could do anything to act more like a stereotypical person of his age.
She's as
No.
real as any celebrity persona performing a public role, is she not? As far as I'm concerned, she's just as valid as any other artist.
Just so we're clear. We're still talking about the cartoon, yes? We are still talking about the cartoon. Yes?
No. She is an artist, Will.
They're starting to sound a little desperate there. She's just pixels, Cliff.
Well, if that's your perspective, Sam, then surely you can say that painting is just pigment. Or that film is just photons of light, exciting electrons in cathode ray tubes.
Yes. In the most literal sense.
Merely perspective, of course. Push up my anime glasses.
People aren't computer programs.
And maybe not electronic computer programs. But biological ones? Maybe.
Well, there's some sense of that.
Can y'all talk about literally anything else?
How about
Also,
Mariah-
as some...
How about
God.
Mariah Carey?
No, please, no.
Fine.
I would like to talk about Mariah Carey.
Hey,
Now,
look.
if you want to see a cartoon, Will, check out On My Phone.
Wait, are we going to be talking about Mariah Carey? I absolutely adored what she did on Twitter after Halloween.
All I want for Christmas
This
is you.
is you.
Did you know that you can hydroplane at snow at 50 miles an hour and we're reaching there real fast?
No.
Well,
He actually looked that up last night, Morgan.
No.
I'm pretty certain we'll be fine as long as we're all buckled up. We're all following safety laws, correct?
Yeah.
Correct? I just heard an affirmation from Murdoch alone.
I assume so.
For sure.
Alrighty, kids.
I don't like
See
that.
how hard I can hit this thing drift.
Oh shit!
Aim for the snowbag!
You say that like proper safety laws. There was a hydroplane that happened like 40, 50 years ago where they hydroplaned, slammed underneath a semi and then just got decapitated.
Oh!
Like, that's just rough. I can't think of any safety procedures that's gonna help there.
Yeah,
No,
that's unfortunate.
that's kind of insta-kill. Like the time Morgan rolled so well in D&D that she killed my character, and I left and went home.
Well, first you
Jeez.
cried. I want to
I
make that
did,
very
and-
clear.
Yeah, it wasn't your fault. I wasn't sad at you. Mad at you. I was just upset in general.
Oh, jeez. That's always rough. Was it the actual PvP, or is like one of you being controlled by an NPC or something?
It was a monster.
Well, oh no, wait,
What?
that's when I was DMing. I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Well, then, yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah. Because I figured that you wouldn't do PvP against each other.
No, no, that is like, especially with Kevin around, no, that is highly unsavory. Okay,
there
we
we-
should continue. I swear it's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
God. I zone out for the rest of the conversation. Seconds turn into minutes, and as I watch the road and the lights, and see that there's another set of flurries falling down the sky. When we finally get back to William's house, I have to step out of the car to stretch my legs. But when I get inside, the tension starts to leave me, and I pace around his house, examining all the decorations. Not bad, Will. Not bad. Better than I thought he could pull off, anyway. I can hear him ripping through a cardboard box in the foyer. Then he comes out with a cord around his arm.
I like how you said foyer this time when I corrected you falsely last time about it.
Yeah, it's just foyer.
Oh, God.
You
know
you
what?
first trap.
You know what? I am a man of constant sorrow.
And I'm just sometimes an asshole to my friends.
Yes.
I mean, aren't we all?
I remember, wasn't there like a time where like there was like 2 months where I constantly was correcting what you said, Sam, but
Yeah.
what always was incorrectly correcting you?
Yep, and then I just gave up.
Yeah,
That's why now I say I don't care what it's actually supposed to be. I'm gonna say it my way.
So I have a friend who did that a lot. I don't know if some of you have met him or not, but like, which I know you've met, Alan.
Mhm.
Like
I'll
they're
be bleeping
really
their
good.
names. Don't worry.
Okay, they're really good friends. They've known each other longer than I've known them. But Ben was the one who would always like correct people for his misspellings, and Jake would just be like, "Nope, it's pronounced this way." Like you're wrong.
So the prank that I would pull on Sam, which wasn't really not a great prank, it was just a little silly one, was I would be saying like, "Oh no, that word means this," giving her like obviously false definitions and obviously false pronunciations of things, which she would usually figure out. And if she didn't, then I would like admit that I was messing with her about that one.
And then I looked caring.
See, then you have my idiot self who would hear you say that, then hear you correct yourself, and I would be like, "No, I'm sure you got it right the first time."
Yeah. As for like the foyer versus foyer thing, that is technically, you can technically say foyer. It's just that's like the rich pretentious way to say it.
It's your white privilege showing.
Oh, it finally came in the mail.
I don't actually know what a foyer is.
So a
It's
foyer,
just an entryway.
yeah, it's basically a nice little formal entryway. You can usually have a few seats in there. You'll have a nice little mat to set aside shoes and all that. If this is like a mansion and everything, then it will genuinely have like where you'll have the stairs to the upstairs and everything as well, where you'll have most access to rooms and all that, because it'll be like a main entrance hall type of deal. Usually you'll have a few sitting chairs, you'll have maybe like a bookshelf if you're wanting this to be a sitting room style area as well. But yeah, a foyer is really genuinely just an entrance.
Too rich for my blood.
Mm-hmm. It's similar to like how some people have like a mudroom in their home.
Now a mudroom,
Alan
I
has one.
understand.
Alan has one.
No, I
He has
know.
a
A
mud-
mudroom or a foyer?
No, well, at your old place. you
Yeah,
did.
but we sold that house a long time ago now. At this
I
point.
know. I realized now as soon as I was like, oh yeah, That's gone now.
Yeah, now we live in the forest.
I would love to visit that. That just seems like a great time.
Oh yeah, no, you were gone by the time we moved into that house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alright, well, either way.
Then he comes out with the cord around his arm. What do you have there, William?
William?
Matt?
Mm.
Something special. No peeking till it's ready, though. Go on, get.
All right. Jeez. I decided to check up on Nikolai in the kitchen. I knew he said he'd be making cookies of some sort, but it looks like he's putting icing into piping bags rather than rolling out any dough. What are you up to?
Initially, I had in mind to make traditional Florentines. But since Clifford introduced me to TikTok, I have seen far too many tips and tricks for royal icing not to do a cookie house this year.
He tilts his head and fixates his gaze on the cookies as he pipes it on its underside, then adheres it to a cardboard base. Also, I just love the monotone look he has
Oh, for Nick?
in the picture before. Yeah, it's great. I love it.
This one? Or this one?
Yep. Nope, that one. Just yep. No emotion at all.
A strong, sturdy house. With a pond for the ducks.
No.
Ducks. You need anything?
Patience. And luck.
I can see that. Well, I'll leave you to it. I moved back to the living room where Murdoch and Cliff are sitting on the couch, Cliff's head on the fox's shoulder. The white fur looks good on him. When Murdoch sees me, his eyes light up a little.
So, what's the plan before dinner exactly?
I shrug. I got nothing. What do y'all usually do Christmas Eve?
In Shippersburg, we sing around the tree and play board games together.
I've heard enough carols to last me a lifetime.
I think we all have, and I doubt Will would be the type to have any board games.
Cliff nuzzles into Murdoch's neck fur.
What about you, love?
Well, it's something of a tradition for my family to tell ghost stories.
Hard to call scary stories on Christmas traditional.
On the contrary, it's steeped in centuries of tradition. Ever heard of Christmas Carol?
Huh.
You okay, Sanjay?
I guess I never thought of that as a horror, so I never called it a ghost story.
Ghost stories told during Christmas became more popular in Western culture in the Victorian era, but frightening stories taking place during the time span of the winter solstice is common. People back in the day had to spend considerable amounts of time indoors just to take refuge from the cold, and probably pass the time talking about all the noises they heard outside their houses after dark. I don't know why I said dark that way.
Aww.
There's a bit deeper... That's a bit deeper than my reasoning.
Oh?
My grandmother celebrated Yule instead of Christmas, so I like to think passing that tradition on to us was just another way of giving my mother the middle finger. So I've taken up the practice of celebrating Yule more seriously. Christmas is more for the snacks and presents.
But you're the most festive looking person here.
Exactly. Never trust the person who's trying too hard.
He's sus.
Noted.
Put Among Us music in there.
So how do you celebrate Yule anyway?
It's celebrated a little differently depending on which branch of neo-paganism you follow, but generally, Yule is considered a celebration of transition and change. You can assemble a log adorned with berries or pine cones, and then stuff it with cloves and cinnamon or other nice-smelling spices. Then you burn it, generally in a fireplace, to symbolically release the energy of the past and transform it into something new for the coming year. The idea is to release all of your negative energy.
He unzips his book bag, and takes a large log that lands with a thud on the table. It's just a normal-looking log, except it's stuffed with things he said were traditional to burn. And there's a picture of his parents taped to. Jesus Christ, Murdoch, you know counseling exists. See a therapist. It is 2021.
You're welcome.
Why don't we go back and talk about your ghost stories again?
I got a kitty. Sure.
What's your favorite?
Probably Snowgates.
What's a Snowgate?
Oh, you've never heard of a Snowgate before?
No.
Well, you know how when you go walking in the woods, and sometimes you'll find a patch of young trees that grow a little too close together to one another and their branches get all tangled up?
Yes.
Well, if those branches ever get leaves on them, sometimes they make sort of a canopy and it looks like a tunnel. Those are called spring gates.
It sounds like something you just made up.
Don't bite me. Sorry.
You know, Murdoch,
But when
you're
the
not
branch-
really helping your case for not being insane when you're talking to an animal that's not here.
You lady.
You
Well,
know,
Murdoch-
Cliff, I thought I've been telling you need to bring him to like some form of therapy sessions, get him a counselor or
I
something.
don't need therapy.
That's what people
Fine.
who need therapy say.
But when branches get covered in ice and snow, the shape of the tunnel becomes a little more solid. Looks a little different too from the girth of the snow. That's called the Snowgate.
That's called a girthy gate.
Cliff, just shush, honey, it's okay. Never go inside one.
And why is that?
Well, Grandma always said that when something looks like a proper gate, it can become one. Every gate has to have an entrance and an exit, loyal. Ugh, it's what makes it a gate.
I'm familiar with the concept of a gate. Thank you.
Well, of course, but the thing that you might know... Well, of course, but the thing that you might not know about freshly fallen snow is that it freezes over fairly quick.
Are you alright, Murdoch? It sounds like an invisible cat has your tongue.
Nope, it's just,
Yuck.
hello?
Anyway, guys, I do have to leave for work.
Alright, we'll wrap this up because you saw how it looks at the end of on Tuesday, so...
Yep, I believe in you guys.
Alright, I'll take over for Sam unless one of you guys want to take over for Sam.
Nope.
Alright, have a good night, Henry.
Mm,
Alright.
lady. Sanji. What? An
Murdoch.
invisible cat number 4. What?
Murdoch.
Sorry. It doesn't retain its unique shape for very long.
That's the name of your 4th cat, Murdoch.
No! You see, Grandma said that the only way out of a Snowgate is by going back the way you came. And Snowgates tend to only ever exist for a few seconds. And once they stop working, they never work again, because the interest can never exist again in all its intricacies.
So what happens to the people who go through them then?
Well, nobody knows. Because they disappear. And bit by bit, so does their possessions. Then the pictures of them too. And then everybody starts to forget them.
Now hold on there. You lost the plot.
Oh, have I?
Well, that story don't make sense. If somebody can't be remembered, then how can you tell they were gone in the first place?
Well, that's covered too. Everybody collectively knows that somebody is missing, and they can all agree on it. But they can't remember any specifics. Except on rare occasions, if they stare into the snow long enough, they can remember for a little while before it goes away again. Lady, you're being
Bullshit.
so pretty. You're being so pretty.
Okay, it's bullshit that what you're saying, and it's bullshit what you're talking with your invisible animal friends.
Lady kitty. I'm sorry, my cat's just too cute.
Nick, I think we need to get we need to get like some type of thing to help restrain Murdoch.
Lady.
I am on it.
Lady.
No, I think we need to restrain. I think we need to restrain our cats.
I mean, if you can find a way to restrain invisible imaginary cats, go right on ahead.
You can try. Marvel won't take it. Well, if you don't believe me, just try looking out the window when it's snowing sometime. You might surprise yourself and see something in the snowdrifts.
My eyes wandered to the window.
Son of a bitch! Will somebody help me with these goddamn cords? With the way they're making me move, somebody might see me through the window and they'll think I'm making
He sighs.
transgressive art.
This is what made me finally realize that William basically is just a much more serious version of like Hank Hill.
Oh my god.
Oh! That story ain't right.
Divis, are you sure?
I won't take no for an answer. Now go on ahead and toss me your cord. He gingerly tosses it with one hand. Cliff, with one F, catches it with one hand, and with
Whoa.
alarmingly last reflexes. What?
It does only have one F.
Yeah, I recognize there's actually quite a few typos in here if you're paying attention. I'm just poking fun at this because this is like the 4th time I've gone through this.
Nice.
I do think this is really well made for it being very obviously like thrown together to celebrate for the Christmas season. They
Yeah.
did a good job overall. I'll spin it top to bottom. Just give me slack as we rotate.
Well, look at Tidbits go. You must have done this before.
We celebrate Christmas in Batavia too, I'll have you know. I'd always help Father string up the lights around the house right after Santa Claus. So Cliff is going to be talking a lot. Can someone take over for Sam for a little bit?
Sure.
Okay, thank you, Matt.
A nervous look crosses Chris' face as they said something they regretted. Center what now?
What's that exactly?
It's, a national holiday. Quite similar to Christmas, actually. A bearded saint comes from Spain by boat and rides a steed over the roofs of Batavia and drops down chimneys to put gifts and candy and shoes. This is actually a holiday I celebrate for real because my mom did celebrate a few German holidays.
Nice.
Interesting.
I only celebrated like twice when I was like 9, 10, but it was interesting to like wake up on like December, I think it was like 9th was when we celebrated it, and find candy in my shoes.
Steed. Candy and shoes. That sounds nasty.
As if your socks and stockings are so much better.
I was just about to say that.
Remember the candy I brought last year? Those are traditional Santa Claus treats. By the way, my mom would go out of her way to get Kinder chocolate, and that's always awesome.
Nice.
You mean those tiny gingerbread cookies?
Peppermint, yes.
I remember those. They made some fresh ones with Nick at some point too. The kitchen almost burned down. Or was that when they tried to make the stroop waffles? So let me get this straight. It's basically Christmas, but you still celebrate Christmas?
You get 2 Christmases.
Santa Claus is not entirely the same.
Your Christmases!
Call whatever you like. So as long as there's plenty of spicy rum.
How's it spelled again?
You know, it's actually not that important. In fact, I love that Will brought up seasonal drinks.
Your class, their paws together.
What's everybody's favorite?
Murdoch arches an eyebrow and then pulls out his phone.
I take Will likes rum best.
Straight scotch is better than it's the nice stuff, but rum goes best in eggnog.
I only fancy rum and cola.
Murdoch's ears splayed back as he looks at his phone again, wearing an expression like somebody shows that asked him to eat a live spider and puts it back in his pocket.
Everything alright, Murdoch?
Yes, I'm fine. Hard to beat a mulled wine when it's properly done, I think. Though a good brandy Alexander really hits the spot when I want something stronger.
Hot chocolate for me.
Isn't that a bit boring?
You mean a classic. And you've never really experienced a good hot chocolate without steamed milk and hand-stirred cocoa. And this is actually the thing that made me realize, god damn it, Cliff really is unfortunately a good match for me, because hot chocolate's my favorite drink.
Alan, we found your persona.
Yeah, I know, I don't like that that's technically true. I mean, that's the thing, is if we keep playing Echo Project games, I guess we'll eventually find one for everyone, since Hannah has Jenna, and now I've got Cliff.
I will have no one. Lady, I swear to God, you do it again, I'm gonna beat you.
Alright. Murdoch, are you alright? I keep hearing you talking to your imaginary cats.
Horrible! Stop.
I think she's gone. I think Murdoch's gone crazy.
I'm not crazy.
Well, a nice dash of blah, blah, blah. A nice dash of whipped cream on top end.
Vodka.
I can take back over for Sam if you'd like, Matt.
Yeah, please.
Alright. We hear Nick boom from the kitchen.
Vodka goes with anything, all year.
And what about you, Sam? Dark and stormies are for Christmas time, right?
Not really.
Well, ain't it got ginger in it?
Ginger is a year-round food.
Nah, it's a Christmas thing. Why else would people make gingerbread?
Sam?
It's a cookie. A Christmas cookie. Ergo, ginger is a Christmas food, and dark and stormies are perfectly fine.
It just... Ooh.
Case closed.
No, it's not. Oh, Will, mind if I light the fire?
I don't know if it's a smart idea to let Murdoch with his imaginary cats light a fire.
Oh, I'll be fine. I think it's about the right time for me to burn this log.
We should take this year's Christmas photo first.
That's right.
He unzips his book bag and takes out a little tripod. Then he sets it on the coffee table and puts his phone on top of it, and then proceeds to fiddle with the camera settings. What was that, Murdoch?
Nick, get in here. Picture time.
He has a light trace of powdered sugar on his jacket, and he smells a little bit like burnt sugar and sweat as he leans down the couch and burrows his head onto my shoulder. A bit soon for that, isn't it, Nick?
Soon as you might think.
The fox rushes to the other side. Will rests his chin on my head. Cliff thrusts their head below mine. Now wait a minute.
2, 1.
Hey! I'm kissed by a muzzle from every direction and feel very crowded, very warm, and very dizzy all of a sudden. And this is when I was first playing. This is when I finally realized, because I did not pick up any of the signs, but they're throughout this entire thing, that they were a polycule in this AU.
Oh my god!
Yes, they'd been a polycule the entire time. Remember, like, when Murdoch and Cliff say, like,
What?
well, we'll have to fix that on date night with William. I thought they meant, like, a double date or something. I didn't realize
That's
that...
what I thought too!
Yeah, they're all together in a polycule.
That's hilarious.
That's so cute!
Then I hear a clicking sound go off. Murdoch pulls away very quickly and stalks back over to the camera, studying it like it's an autopsy.
That'll do.
Y'all could have warned me before you do that.
Nah.
You always sound so cute when we surprise you.
I'm wanting to capture the decisive moment, like in Ouija's The Naked City.
The only way I'd be in a picture called The Naked City is if I'm putting it up for my Twitter superfans.
Relax, it was just a reference to an important body of work.
Aw, I love you all. Christmas continues, and after a few hours and a glass of eggnog, I've completely forgotten about the stressful morning. We get to our usual present exchange soon enough. I end up with a painting of the five of us from Cliff, a fancy pocket knife from Will, an interesting looking book with local folk tales from Murdoch, and a rubber ducky from Nick to add to my growing collection.
A toolbox.
Indeed, you were looking for a new one, correct?
The right one, too. Thanks, Tidbits.
The socks I asked for.
Do you like them? I had to travel far and wide to find some in your size. But then I gave up and just bought them online. Shipping didn't come cheap.
I got perfume. Splendid.
Ooh, this present wrapping has Will written all over it.
Hey,
Really though, all I could ask for is this day with them. When it gets dark enough to turn on the tree, we finally see what Will was talking about when he meant bubble lamps. They're balls of water inside of them that churn with the heat. I would have been a little bit mesmerized by them if it weren't for the sight of the Yule log, with all the pine, berries, and cinnamon burning up around us. With Cliff, Nick, and William off in the kitchen making dinner, it's just me and Murdoch in the living room. Huh. I'm way more invested in this log than I thought I'd be.
Feels good to let go. That's what it's all about, after all.
Nah, that's not it.
Oh?
It's just a strange feeling is all.
Huh.
It's just that, for some reason, I thought you had put pictures on the log. But if you did, I can't remember who.
Huh.
Remember his little Snowgate story?
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a nice little message coming from the actual people who made the game. So, like, this is just nice and cute. That's why I really wanted to play this a little bit.
Aww.
It's a nice thing from all the people who make the Echo series project or the Echo Project series games. So it's just nice to like hear from them, see what they're all thinking and all that. Usually you don't see this with the visual novels that we get to play.
No.
But yeah, I enjoyed this. I thought it was really cute. I mean, I had a
Ooh.
blast with just the stupid jokes. Well, it's not stupid, but like the jokes.
The
at beginning,
ad-libs. The ad-libs were amazing.
Oh yeah, no, I enjoyed our ad-libs, but I was also talking about like the writing in here. I really appreciated just seeing how these characters would translate it if they were like in modern times.
Oh. Weird whiskey. I like that. Weird whiskey.
I love these names.
Oh yeah.
It's very nice. Cliffness. Oh.
Yeah, no, Ruby, I think, is a fan of Cliff from what I can tell.
Otterbox.
Yeah, I've actually heard of otter boxes and everything, which are like phone cases, if I understand
They are.
correctly.
They're They're the ones I use because I have a tendency to drop my phone a lot.
Ah. Yeah. George is the only one of these that I knew outside of this because I actually found his Twitter when I was like looking at stuff for
Oh.
the Echo Project Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also how I found out for Christmas recently he was working on gingerbread houses.
Oh,
Yeah, he's one of the main writers for the Smoke Room.
cool.
But yeah, I'm very happy with what they did here, and I'm looking forward to when we actually finally do start uploading some of the stuff for Smoke Room.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I saw that you uploaded our Emerald thing, and I think that was the first time I've ever done Nuzlocke with you. Was that Emerald thing?
Yeah, that's the first time we did a Nuzlocke together. It's not the first
That's
Nuzlocke I ever
crazy.
did for the channel, technically.
No, but for us, it is.
But that
I
does
was like,
mean,
damn.
though, congratulations, it's the first one that will be uploaded to the channel since we just started uploading stuff.
Woo! Aw.
But yeah, before we end this, I have a fun question for you guys. What's your favorite holiday?
Oh,
Oh,
Lord.
Christmas.
Ugh, I'm trying to think because I'm not as much as celebrating holidays as I used to be. Well, mainly because the retail shops just start pouring out things for the holidays way too early, and it makes me upset.
Probably New Year, probably New Year's Eve or something like that.
Oh, that's a good holiday.
Cause it's usually where I like kick back usually, or may hang out with my friends or something like that.
Ah,
Hmm.
I would say, like, out of all the New Year's I've had throughout my life so far, I know there's, like, at least 4 or 5 that I spent alone, which, like, New Year's always is a little bit more, like, self-reflective for me, so I don't view it as much of a social thing. No, I'm not against hanging out with people.
Alright. Like last year was fun.
Yeah, I was happy to hang out with you guys for the end of 2020 with the 2020
Sorry.
Shell Burn server that Matt made.
Yeah, where I invited where I invited you guys and both my friends from my
Yes,
stuff.
it's great.
I'll be sure to bleep the town name.
Um,
Though I'm not gonna give out their actual names.
I know
I
you won't.
I think I'd have to go with Christmas too, but only once it becomes December.
No, I
Yeah, I'm like,
understand that.
okay, now I can celebrate Christmas.
Yeah, for me, my favorite is actually Christmas as well. Mainly because that's usually when I get to see most of my family. And I only see family really twice a year. It's either Christmas or the 4th of July. But Christmas is like the holiday that is such a family-oriented one in the first place, so that's why I kind of like it. Also, I just like the fact that it's about goodwill, having like faith in other people, being kind to others. I just like that kind of spirit of it all.
Yeah. It's a nice thing, and like me and Morgan got gifts for our dad, and he didn't get anything for us, which is fine.
Ah,
Yeah.
We're like, we wanted to.
yeah. What about you, Morgan? I don't think I heard your favorite.
Oh, it's Christmas.
Ah, yeah, I completely understand. It sounds like most of us are like Christmas, New Year time, so we're like in our favorite time of the year, it sounds like.
It's usually when I can get a lot of more stuff that I've been wanting from other people, and so I'm not like, having to budge and be like, can I get this or can I not get this, stuff like that. And then like with Morgan, I got her a collector's edition of Danganronpa.
How many hours have you sunk in so far, Morgan?
At least 10, 15 probably.
Okay, so you're like a quarter of the way done.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's just with one game.
Yeah. It's got your. Oh.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I guess if anyone's actually still watching this once I upload this, something that a little bit of a fun fact is the reason why I picked Halloween for when we started the channel was because that's actually my second favorite holiday out of all the holidays.
Hey.
And I kind of wanted since I was planning on naming the channel anyway, like round the clock like this, or having it be related to time, I wanted to pick like a special time of the year. And I like Halloween because it's kind of like that spooky, dark, mysterious time, but it's like it's not actually like horror or fearful. It's more like, oh, we're trying to like psych ourselves up, and then that like coasts into the more joyful time of the year.
There was a movie that was always on for Halloween, and Morgan knows what I'm talking about. The Scary Godmother.
Oh.
I loved it. Was so stupid, but like I loved it. And every year it would
animated,
come.
but I love it.
Yeah, it's got like that like crappy CG animation, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
but it was so good. And then they made a second one, and I'm like, oh lord.
Oh, the second one's even worse, but I still love it.
Yes, you're right.
I remember when those things first came out and everything. Like, Sam, you and I would have been like, I want to say 12 or 13 when those came out.
I think so.
Yeah, I remember watching it when it first came out and just like being like, I enjoy this. This is stupid. And I like this.
I think my neighbors are having sex.
Cool.
You know what? Let's end the episode on that. Say
Oh, always a
goodbye,
good note.
everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.